Hey guys, Joonas here, the founder of Accelerator. Welcome to day 5 of the Betting Accelerator. Today's topic is the tipster industry and the scams within it. So in Australia, obviously we have a lot of punters. We are the biggest losing nation in terms of gambling. But what we also have a lot of is tipsters. So those sending out tips, many of them claiming to have an edge. So in this video, I'm going to break down the market and sort of what to look for. So I break it down into 5 core buckets. We've got affiliate tipsters. So these are tipsters who are actually paid by the bookies to introduce new customers to bookies. So you might come across one where they say, hey, we've got free tips. You just have to join ABC Bet over there, and then we'll send you some tips. Now, there have been some strong regulations in the last few years introduced, and affiliates actually have to now register. However, there are some grey area loopholes that a lot of them utilize these days to get around that. Second bucket, promo tipsters. So you'll see this is certainly where Accelerator falls into. We've got a statistical arbitrage model ourselves. There are lots of other models, but basically tipping services built around the promotions. And you've got non-promo tipsters, so no promos needed. Point here, super rare to find an edge that's actually gettable these days, but there are some non-promo tipsters out there who have decent services, but it is hard to profit these days. Software. So this is essentially automated software. A lot of it's price comparison, some of it's automated betting related as well. Pure arbitrage software, middling software, etc. That's kind of the 4th bucket. And then the 5th bucket there, which you might have seen quite a few of over the recent years with social media influencers growing a lot. We've got these entertainment tipsters. So the most common traps and how to detect them within these. So the first one is really ungettable prices. So when you see, it's like doing due diligence on anything. You need to try and work out, are the assumptions reasonable? And the assumption that might not be reasonable with many of them out there, something to be aware of, is are the prices that they tip actually available to the punters? So hence, they might have an edge somewhere, but only if you get top price. If the tipping service is tipping $10 and it's already into $8, it might not be profitable for you. So the question to ask, what slippage assumption do they use? Obviously, you'd have to take their word for it there. You might have to trial them for a while, but essentially try and work out if prices that you're getting are the same as those that their results are based on. Second one here is data snooping or short window of data. So this is really about sample size. So just because someone had a winning week last weekend doesn't mean that they've got a true edge. So questions to ask: what sample is the historical results based on? In terms of the number of bets, you really want hundreds, maybe preferably thousands of bets. Second question here, which you probably won't get a straight answer to from those sinister tipsters out there, but have you operated under a different name? There are some who, once they've had a bad run, they just shut up shop and open up a new name. Edge betting version 2, whatever. Conflict of interest. So are they in bed with the bookies? Are there any other conflicts of interest to know? So, questions to ask. It's really to ask yourself, are they getting kickbacks from the bookies? Red flags there are if they're asking you to join a certain bookie, typically a smaller one. As I said in the previous slide, it is hard to prove anything as these days with respect to these affiliate agreements, because a lot of them are just private deals. So they get around the regs there. Bookie detection risk. So this has become a sort of a sleeper problem over the recent years, where there is software out there, and in fact we had a service, Momentum Alerts, a few years ago, which was very profitable. However, the bookies were able to detect it because we were arbitraging a lot of latency pickoffs, etc. We were taking advantage of a lot of low liquidity markets as well. And so basically the bookies were detecting us very quickly. And what were they doing then? They were reducing stake sizes down all the way down to like 50 cents on line bets. Last one there, ROI versus POT. So you might see ROI historically of 30%. It's very different, extremely different to POT of 30%. And it's worthy of its own slide here. So here's something I crafted earlier. So imagine the number of bets here. So the first bet, second bet, third bet, all the way to 10. If the POT, profit on turnover, expectancy is 5%, the POT is stable. Doesn't matter how many bets you have, your POT is 5%. If someone's quoting return on investment, ROI, on a cumulative basis, these are additive. So they might be touting 50% ROI after 10 bets, which is a lot bigger than 5%, but it's actually the same edge. Compounded, it's even higher. So just one to look out for and be very aware of, because there's a big difference between POT and ROI. That's it for today. If you like the video, give us a like. If you would like to be notified of the next one that goes up, give us a subscribe. Here are our contact details. See you in the next one.